Welcome to Daily Finance News, your source for the latest updates on the world of finance. Today, we'll be discussing two major stories: the Nasdaq Composite's exit from bear market territory, and Lucid Group's Q1 earnings report. Let's start with the Nasdaq Composite. On Monday, the tech-heavy index was able to exit its bear market by a mere 20-point gain. The index ended the day with a tiny gain of 21.5 points, or 0.18%. Which was just enough to get it out of bear territory. The Nasdaq is now up 20.01% from its December 28 closing low. As tech stocks have been on a tear this year, it's worth noting that the last time the Nasdaq exited a bear market was on August 10. But it slipped back into the red just 5 days later and dropped 20% by October 11. So, while the exit from bear market territory is a positive sign, it remains to be seen whether the index can maintain its momentum. In other news, luxury electric vehicle manufacturer Lucid Group reported a higher-than-expected quarterly loss. The Saudi-owned car startup lost 43 cents a share from $149 million in sales, resulting in a net loss of $779 million. Analysts were expecting a loss of 39 cents on sales of $204 million. The company's car deliveries over the first quarter totaled 1,406 units. But dropping prices dented its top and bottom lines. Q1 revenue per car was $106,000, down from about $133,000 in the fourth quarter. Despite the disappointing results, Lucid Group is confident that it has enough cash to continue operations for the foreseeable future. The company is sitting on $3.4 billion in cash and believes this will be sufficient to continue operations into 2023 and 2024. By the end of 2022, Lucid had about $4.4 billion of cash available. Lucid stock, ticker LCID, fell 8% in after-hours trading on Tuesday. But the company remains optimistic about its future. CEO Peter Rawlinson expects Lucid to produce more than 10,000 vehicles in 2023. In conclusion, while the Nasdaq's exit from bear market territory is a positive sign for tech stocks, the index will need to maintain its momentum to truly indicate a recovery. Meanwhile, Lucid Group's Q1 earnings report may have been disappointing. But the company's strong cash position gives it a solid foundation to build on. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Finance News. Looking at the broader market, equities in the US started the week fairly unchanged. Fears around potential failures of regional banks settled after last week's rally, and investors are now eagerly awaiting the U.S. Consumer Price Index for April, which is expected to show that price pressures stayed elevated at an annual rate of 5.0%. Moving back to the tech sector, it's been a strong year so far for tech stocks, and the Nasdaq's exit from bear market territory is a positive sign for the industry. However, there are still challenges to be faced, particularly with regards to inflation and potential interest rate hikes. Investors will be closely monitoring economic data in the coming months to see how it affects the market. As for Lucid Group, the luxury EV manufacturer's Q1 earnings report may have been disappointing. But it's important to remember that the company is still in its early stages. With a strong cash position and plans to produce more than 10,000 vehicles in 2023, Lucid Group has a lot of potential for growth in the years to come. But before we go, let's take a quick look at some other top stories from the world of finance. First up, Apple has announced plans to invest $1 billion in North Carolina over the next decade, including the construction of a new campus and the creation of 3,000 new jobs. The move is part of Apple's efforts to increase its presence in the U.S. and expand its workforce. In other news, Amazon has announced plans to acquire MGM for $8.45 billion. Marking the tech giant's latest move into the entertainment industry. The deal will give Amazon access to MGM's library of content, which includes popular franchises like James Bond and Rocky. And finally, the U.S. Department of Labor has reported that job openings hit a record high of 8.1 million in March, signaling a rebound in the labor market as the economy recovers from the pandemic. The report also showed that the number of people quitting their jobs rose to a new high of 4 million. As workers become more confident in their ability to find better opportunities. That's all for today's news roundup. Stay tuned to Daily Finance News for more updates on these stories and everything else happening in the world of finance. Thanks for watching.